Hey guys, this is the Betamax man working on the SL HF2100, and you'll notice that I put a different capstan motor in. The parts deck arrived and I got a capstan motor. I think it was I don't remember what the model number for the parts deck was. I think it was a 840D or something like that I got this capstan out of. Anyway, I got the parts deck in, and I've got the new capstan motor. You'll notice that yes, the capstan motor is a little bit different because the this magnetic motor here has a pulley on here for a tooth belt, because this came out of an older this was just before they transitioned. This came out of a B31 deck, which the capstan drove the take-up and supply reels, but this is a B32 deck. The B32 eliminated the tooth belt here and went back to a direct drive motor for the idler. So we've got a new capstan motor in, and I've also done some work on the top side. Okay, and done a lot of work and got the timing back to where it's supposed to be. So let's pop in a tape, shall we? It's still having problems with the cassette housing, so I have to fix the cassette housing still, because I changed the cassette housing out, but something broke on it, so I've got one left that I think I'm going to take two cassette housings to make one good one. Anyway, now as you can see, it's loaded here, and it's all the way forward now. So now it's actually threaded all the way. Play. It's alive!
Look, it's moving. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God.
Well, we got that part working. Now this has got a cassette housing problem, I know that. So what I'm gonna have to do is, let's just see what happens when we eject them. Let's just see if my threading, I just want to see if the threading cycle is gonna work, because I spent like 4 hours on this. Yes! Oh, yep, this cassette housing, that's right, I forgot about that. Yeah, this cassette basket is having some issues. But hey, we have eject. Well, the cassette housing is not ejecting. And in fact, the cassette housing isn't even letting me put a tape in unless I push it in manually. But we've got one mechanical problem solved. We have playback. We have picture search and forward. We have reverse. So we have that. We could hit pause. There's our pause. Perfect pause. However, the digital TV doesn't do justice for analog equipment. So I can't get the TV to stop shaking, but, well, it's not shaking, but it's got a little bit of a line there at the top. I think if we tracked it, might be able to track it out. I don't know. But that's the least of my worries right now. My concern is now is to, okay, well, we've got the threading gear working. So the brake is now releasing. As you can see, it's now releasing the tape. I don't have to manually release the tab anymore. So the brake's releasing, it's unthreading, it's threading, it's playing, it's doing everything it should, except eject. As far as cassette housing goes, but hey, one thing at a time, right? One thing at a time. We got the threading. So we've fixed the threading problem. We've fixed the capstan problem, the playback problem where it wasn't playing back or nothing. And you could see there for a second where the tape was spooling out because the take-up rail wasn't turning, because the cassette had to be pushed down manually so that the take-up reel would take the take-up the reel, the tape to take up, or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say, right? Auto tracking, oh yeah, that's another thing that we had a problem with. Do you remember I had to take the audio and control track head out? Okay, well, I wasn't getting a picture, and it's because I had to shift it back in the right spot. See, that has to go in a certain spot. If it doesn't go in a certain spot, then it's not going to work. Now, our tape stabilizer doesn't seem to be turning because I had to resolder the wire going to the erase head, and because the wire is actually sticking up, and this doesn't seem to be turning. We have to fix that. But even if the tape stabilizer is not working, it will work when I will get that going again. But so the wire is pushing up against the tape stabilizer, so I'm probably just gonna have to resolder the wire into a different position so that the tape stabilizer will turn, but that's not really a big deal. But the main thing is to get this thing so where it plays tapes, it ejects them. So we have to do, well, one thing at a time, right? One thing at a time. But we will eventually get this thing to work. Now we are getting, there's our counter. It's in the beta 2 speed. So what I'll have to do is when we go to eject it here, I'll have to help the cassette carriage out. And yeah, the cassette carriage is having some issues here. Yeah, so our cassette housing is having some issues. We have to manually move it up. So we'll fix that. We'll get another cassette housing. That's not a huge deal. Not a big deal. So we'll take care of that. We'll fix that. So that's pretty much the only thing left that we got to do on this thing is to get the I'll fix the cassette housing. Either I'll repair the cassette housing, or I think I might have one left that I can swap out and replace. I am wondering as to why it's not really wanting to accept a cassette, and I'm kind of thinking that that is all cassette housing related. This piece here is loose, so there's a mounting tab that holds this metal piece in place. Both of the mounting tabs have sheared off. This thing's missing a whole bunch of like tabs. There's mounting tabs for the front faceplate here, and they're gone. They've snapped off. There's a mounting tab here. As you can see, there's evidence of one. There's a tab here. I don't think there was a tab over here. I think it was just a tab there, and then over there there's a tab on the bottom for the bottom piece. I had to take this whole front faceplate off because I had a problem with the touchscreen, where the touchscreen wasn't working, and I had to fix that. You can turn off Beta 1S super high band, or you can turn high band on. So if you turn super high band off, and what that'll do is it'll record in Beta 1S, which is your 5.6 megahertz recording speed. And then you have your Beta 1 SHB, which is your super high band, which is your 6.0 megahertz. So we'll turn that back on. Now, recording modes. We have all three. Let's see, where's the record mode on this sucker? Tape mode. Where's my tape modes? Record level. I'm wanting to do the speeds. I want to change speed here. What the heck? Where is the speed selection? Record mode. There we go. You got 1, so you got beta. Oh, that's beta 3. Beta 1, beta 2, and beta 3. I'll put it on beta 1. That's what I would have it on, is beta 1, and then you turn off super high band. Turn off super beta. I wonder if this thing will make beta 1 recordings, I wonder. It'll do beta 1S, but I am curious to see if it'll do the original beta 1. Probably not. I doubt that this will do the original beta 1. Now, even though you have super beta off, if it's in beta 1, it's still going to record in the beta 1S, even with the super beta turned off, because in its recording circuitry, it will not allow you to record in the original beta 1. But it's got a circuitry to where even though super beta's been turned off, it'll turn it back on when it's recording in beta 1. So you can turn super beta off, but it's still going to record in beta 1 super beta, even though super beta is off. Pretty cool machine. Very happy with the way it's performing so far. We still got a ways to go yet. And I'm sorry that this video is taking so long, but this thing had a lot of problems. I mean, this thing had a lot of issues. And it was all mechanically. It's all mechanical. Well, guys, it's a different day. This is now Sunday. I have put a new basket in. And let's just see what this thing does now. Now that we have a basket. Okay, so let's put a cassette in. The question is it going to accept a cassette? Which it is. There we go. Alright, let's, we'll stop it. We'll hit eject. And now, it ejects by itself. It'll accept the tape. It'll accept and reject. So, there we go. Anyway, I've got to come up with some feet on this thing and see what I've got. I do have the 870D that I could take the feet off of it and put on this, because I don't have another foot that looks that way. Actually, let's take one of those off just to see what the it looks like, because I want to see if I can get another foot that, you know, is similar to it. Something that's similar to what's on it. Yeah, let's just see what it... So the guy's obviously lost one of the feet to it. The guy, the owner of this, had been into it himself. He tried to repair this himself, and he just wasn't able to. So, okay, this has got like two little nipples on there for the feet. So we'll have to see what I can do and see if I can get something that's similar to it that I can put on there. Well, guys, she's all back together, so let's do one more final test before we end the video. You know, if the customer decides that he wants me to go through and do some preventive maintenance, such as replacing any of the ELNA capacitors that I find, replacing those, we'll do that. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to want to do that, because that'll make his bill go higher, because he's already at $200. And to be honest, I'm actually taking a loss at that price because all the hours I've spent on this thing, I've spent multiple hours, and there's no way I could ever charge them for the hours that was actually spent on this thing. But at least now, you know, hey, it works, and we'll just, let's put a cassette in. Nice and nice door there. That door is so cool. Yeah, I just love that door. That black door. I don't know why, I just like it. I think that black door really makes the whole unit look kind of neat. And I've got a remote for it too. I've got a remote that will work on it. Now, the original remote for this was a black remote, and it had a touch screen on it just like this one does. And so it was a touch screen buttonless remote, and that was one of the unique things about this machine, is that it was all touch screen and it was all kind of state-of-the-art. Really cool back then. But yeah, we can forward search, reverse search, let's see the pause. Pause is good, but this digital TV wants to roll when I go pause. There we go. Still got a little bit of an artifact top there because it's digital TV. Digital TVs don't do justice with these machines, but yeah. But hey.
Hey, leave them cows alone. You heard me. Run away, Foxy.
I don't want to show too much, so I don't want to get hit with copyright, but it's a Disney movie. Disney's pretty touchy about that. But anyway, eject. There we go. Fixed. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you later, and take care. Betamax Man signing off. Bye-bye.